following broadcast does not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of this station.
Hey, everybody. It's about that time. This is Talk Therapy Live. We are right here, 1580, The Praise, Gold Chip Communication Station. Hey, we are here with Talk Therapy Live. We call it TTL. TTL is what it is. This is the place where we inspire, we educate, and we inform. So we're right here on this wonderful Friday.
Yes.
Right here with the host, Kimerly B. She's Talk Therapy Live. She's the leader of every session. I'm just here, y'all, trying to chime in when I can, but we want to take the time to welcome y'all in today.
Welcome.
All right.
And listen, if you want to listen live, go to 1580thepraise.com and click on Listen Live.
Listen Live. That's some good music right there, too. Huh?
It is.
Feels good.
Yes. I wish
Lord.
they could hear it. I don't think they can.
I don't know, but I can. And it's real nice.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
So y'all come on in. As you come in, I need y'all to smash the like. Just fire it up until your finger gets tired. Hit the like. Also hit the share. This is some good information, y'all. Y'all know how we do. So let's share it. Good morning, Mary Stevenson.
Hey, good morning
to you, sis. Good morning. As I said, like and share, and let's get it on.
Tell a friend. Tell an enemy. I mean, just tell everybody.
Yeah, because you want to help your enemies do better,
hey,
right?
Hello. That's how it goes.
Yeah, share.
TTL, we here today.
Yes. So it is an honor to be here today. I thank God for another year of living. It was my birthday on Wednesday, y'all. It was my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Hey, it's rough, man. It's the birthday month. You understand?
That's right. He already knows.
I try to incorporate everybody, so somebody can take it here, somebody can take it there. I don't have to do everything.
I don't mind.
You don't mind?
I don't mind.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what it is.
But it's your birthday.
Yes, and I am truly, truly grateful. God is good.
Yes.
He's been good to me.
Most definitely.
Yes. So we have several topics. Today is Fluky Friday.
Fluky Friday. That's what it is. Hey, you bring up the topic, we'll talk about it, and we may have a few as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we touched on some real good things on last week.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? So, hey, it was a good week.
Yeah, because it's still Minority Mental Health Month.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so we went over a bunch of stuff last week. If y'all remember some of the stuff that we talked about last week, go ahead and put it in the chat. But just to recap.
Put it in the chat, and they can reach you by calling what?
You can reach me by calling Healthy Emotes at 614-669-5115.
You get all professional when I say that.
It's a professional occupation.
I mean, you just stop and get into this character. 614-6, what is it?
See there.
See, I mean, I don't have to call it.
You're supposed to know what it is.
I mean, I live with the therapist, so I don't have to call anybody.
614.
I didn't reach over and tap, hey, I need some help.
5115. He don't be listening, y'all. He don't listen, y'all. All right, so we discussed last week, because as we indicated, the whole month is Minority Mental Health Month, right? So just to recap a couple of points last week, and if I missed any, y'all put them up there. I know you are taking notes, right?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So we talked about celebrating our strengths and our resiliencies, just due to discrimination and being dehumanized, and mass murders and mass incarcerations and everything that we have been subjected to while here in the Americas. We are a resilient people, and we deserve to be celebrated.
We do, for sure. Strong people on the planet.
Yeah, and I know that because of all of that, there has been some psychological effects.
Yeah, we did.
You know what I mean? We deal with PTSD, depression, anxiety. All of that stuff plays a role, but nonetheless, we're still resilient.
Still resilient because it still goes on. As the beat goes on, the beat down goes on.
Yeah.
Understand? I mean, all of that and above, it still happens. So that anxiety level is high.
It is very, very high. Yeah. And we talked about how we tend to self-soothe. Unfortunately, we don't always self-soothe in a good and positive way.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it can be drugs and alcohol and sex and shopping and you know what I mean?
Yeah, that shopping piece is rough. I'm telling you.
Retail therapy.
Man, listen, for every husband out there is just a good boyfriend. Make sure she's never depressed. You understand? Yeah, but that's true.
So we'll let you do the retail shopping, so we're never depressed.
Well, you know, I go in and come out. I know when I'm going
as
in.
long as you know what you want, as long as you know what I want, it's all good. Idra Trout is here. Good morning,
welcome.
Beautiful mother. Make sure you are hitting the share button as you come in and smash the like button. And also due to all of that, you know, like I said, it causes depression and acute stress. As we talked about last week, acute stress can be you're just driving down the street and a car pulls behind you. They may not even want you, but we know we're subject to it, and we're releasing the cortisol and the adrenaline.
Hey, they don't have to pull behind you. They can be facing you
the vicinity
on the side of it. You know, all of that. But and this passed down from generation to generation. You know, so
and it causes acute stress, and we're releasing cortisol and adrenaline. You know, and then we talked about chronic stress from going through this for so many years.
So many years.
Yeah. So there's an internal breakdown of your very important systems: cardiovascular system, your digestive system. All of these systems are affected by the stress, and it causes sickness and disease.
Wow.
Yeah. And the last point that I wanted to bring up from last week is how we should always be advocating and educating. We don't want to take stuff just laying down. And I know it seems like we're powerless because we're in a system. But we still have a voice. If they hear it or not, that's our privilege to advocate. And let people know that we do not like what's going on, whether it be if to go down to legislative offices and things of that nature. Definitely advocate and educate. And we talked last week about how we can use the church, you know, to educate.
That's always been the platform, you know, for our people. That has always been the gathering place, right?
Yes.
It's a place where we come together to receive not only biblical information and inspiration, but we come to also get information. You know, what's going on. Every preacher is always instructed and inspired to, whenever studying, you make sure you have the newspaper and your Bible.
Right, exactly.
So we have to keep up with current affairs.
Yes.
We do.
I mean, because it's good to get the word. We definitely need the word, but it has to be relational.
Yeah, we have to have that word on the street too.
Because we go through some real stuff.
That's true. That's true.
You know, so we did at times past people would run to the church. You know, for help, you know, for assistance and, you know, for some guidance. And we just have to get back to incorporating, like you said, what's going on in the world along with the Bible, because it'll make more sense. Because what we're going through now is really the Bible coming into fruition.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
So
it's being manifested.
Have to be informed about certain laws, about certain laws that are actually being passed, things that are going on within in the world, let alone just our country.
Right.
If it starts one place, you know, it will spread rapidly.
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about, we have like really two hot topics, and then we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, whatever you want to talk about.
Okay.
Pastor Dandridge, whatever you want to talk about. But what I want to talk about today, the topic is why men struggle with their emotions.
Why do men? I think you're talking about a demographic, right? You're talking about an era, a time, you know, but I don't think these young fellas, they struggle. You understand?
Are you talking about Gen Zs?
Whoever they are, they love the TTL-KB. You understand? they want to get it out. You know, but if you go back a few generations, my generation and things, you know, we're just kind of raised to be alpha males, and it was always said that you know, not supposed to cry. You know what I mean? So I understand the logic behind it.
Right.
Know, but
I wonder why though? Why were you not allowed? Why? Help me help it to make sense.
If you look at, as we say, this generation and that generation back then, you can see why. You can see why.
There is a vast difference.
Yeah, there's a huge difference.
But how come we can't have a balance though? I mean, you don't want to be going around just crying about every little thing, but to honor how you feel.
Honestly, I know it is a balance, right? It may not be in the public, but strong men do cry. You understand? So it may not be in front of everyone else, but they're gonna find a secret place to let that out.
Yeah.
I do believe that.
Yeah, and Bria is here. Good morning,
Welcome.
and Bria, feel free to chime in, you guys. Now, there is actually a term for that. Why men do not express their emotions.
Okay.
Alexithymia. Alexithymia is actually a term. So alexithymia is not necessarily a disorder, but it does pick up different characteristics of other disorders, like PTSD and eating disorders and some types of compulsive behaviors and stuff. So it definitely falls, into that category. So the term means difficulty experiencing, identifying, and expressing emotions. So sometimes you really don't know what you feel.
I mean, also I think it's about what emotion you're speaking of. So we kind of threw the crying piece out there. Right? but we're still emotional creatures that we're going to make sure that it gets out. You know what I mean? like boxing, you can redirect that type of energy, anger, and emotion, into a structured way.
So that's called substitution. But if you're in a relationship, I don't need you to go out to the garage and start punching on the punching bag. I need you to talk to me.
Well, we may need to go out and hit that heavy bag first before we come back in and talk. It's better the heavy bag than.
But this is how you run into issues in relationships, because when women, we're emotional creatures.
Yeah, you're gonna follow us around to the heavy bag.
But actually, listen, we all were made that way, right? God didn't leave out emotions when He made you all.
Most definitely.
We all have emotions. It's just that we are more we dive into it earlier.
True.
You know what I mean? I mean, we express it easier,
most definitely,
than men do. But let's talk about the societal norms though, because if I'm a little girl and I say, and somebody took something from me, and I'm like, mommy, I'm sad because so and so took. And it'd be like, oh baby, come here. You can't do that. If you go crying to, well, they took my toy. Oh boy, shut up.
You took your toy.
Right.
Exactly.
So based on societal norms, they expect men, and you're raised like this, to be hard.
But that has changed drastically today.
So we need the balance.
It's changed drastically today. So for a little boy, I think it kind of sets the role of boy girl. The toughness of a male and the tenderness of a woman or a girl. You know what I mean? I think it kind of complements each other, but there is a balance in between.
I mean, no one likes a whiny person, even if you're female. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to be crying all the time over everything.
What you crying for now?
Exactly. So there has to be a balance with both. And I'm thinking about the scripture that talks about a false balance is an abomination. You know what I mean?
Balance is key. It is needed.
It is
for
needed.
both gender roles.
So because we're raised like this, you're taught that your emotions are not, I don't want to say, valid. That your emotions are not really valid. They're not honored. So then with the message or conclusion that you all have is, okay, I have these emotions. I'm not going to express them because I'm not sure of the comeback. I'm not sure what the response is going to be. So we tuck all of that within us. But because we're not supposed to hold it, then the body wants to release it. And it can come out as anger, or we're just binge eating. I just says they express it in different ways.
I believe that in different ways. Most men do have an outlet, is probably one of their homies, one of their boys, one of their friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they can kind of swap stories or situations that they are involved in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
It's important because, like I always say, it's better out than it is in. But when you're in an intimate, and I keep going back to this, when you're in an intimate relationship, it's important that you're able to talk to your partner.
It is, and for most men, it takes time for us to do that. So you may want to talk right now. My talk may not come until 2 days later.
But it's good though that you can still talk. It may not be,
but you have to give me my space to, process my thoughts and things that nature.
It's respecting who you have.
Yeah, but you can't make me talk.
Right. Yeah.
You're gonna talk to me.
Right. Yeah. That happens.
Bet you I don't.
Yeah, that happens in relationships because they're not ready yet, and they do want to do it on their own terms. So you have to know who you have and respect that person. But I do feel like you do have to come back to the table and talk about whatever, and it doesn't always have to be anything negative either. It's just being free to talk about whatever emotion you have.
But if we're talking about relationships, it is the respect of the person who you're dealing with, right? You respect them enough to know that, hey, they probably won't talk to me and about this situation till tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I know you have to get it out.
And check the weather.
You understand?
Most
definitely.
See what's going on with them. Are they in a good mood? Are they engaged in the football game? What's going on with them, because you want to be a person of wisdom, knowing when to speak and how to speak, because there's, issues at hand. And then a lot of times, because men are not open and engaging, with their feelings, a lot of times they don't want to hear that from their partner.
Not all the time. Not all the time. If and I think it's important to know your partner. Yeah. Right. If you're going to know that person, then you'll know that they are they love to talk about issues. Right. So if something happens, well, Lulu wants to talk about this now. Probably she gonna want to talk about it now.
Right,
you understand?
Yeah.
So you kind of know that person and knowing each other, and so you have to come to a place of balance. I cannot always talk about something immediately, so me. So let me give him a little time.
Right,
or,
exactly.
Hey, we may even surprise you and say, hey, I want to talk about that now.
Yes.
As a matter of fact.
Yes, absolutely.
Then you may not be ready because you shot.
Because presentation is everything. Presentation is everything. So we want to create a space and an environment that's conducive for conversation.
And prayerfully, it's the right time and place for the conversation.
It takes a while to become unwired or rewired, I should say. Not unwired, but rewired. Because, again, the way that we raise our boys. We teach them how to be hard, how to be tough, how to be competitive. That's in their DNA. It's like if you take a picture,
it's in the DNA.
Yeah. Sure. So it's going to take a while to rewire that. It's like if you take a picture with like your generation and up or whatever, y'all seldomly smile. I'm like, well, what's wrong with smiling? You got a beautiful smile. But it's ingrained in you to be tough. But
let me
and to be hard. Help us out. And audience, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them at the bishop.
It's not that we're trying to be tough.
You're not trying to be, but it's already in you because you've been raised like that.
We're just not trying to smile in the moment. It doesn't mean we're not happy. Like when we take pictures and say, you didn't smile in the picture. I'm smiling.
But you want to appear to be hard.
That's not
tough.
That's not what we're going. Trust me, I'm a man. I'm a male.
And I am a therapist. So these are
you are a female therapist that is not a man.
That is not a man.
Our persona is not to look hard.
So we're talking about human behavior.
Correct. Yeah. We just don't feel like smiling at that moment. We don't play. Hey, take picture hard. I'm playing to look hard. That's not what we do.
So what's wrong with the smile?
We don't always feel like smile. I'll speak for myself. I have to be in that mood to smile. Something has to make me.
You're taking a picture.
Yeah. Right.
Isn't that the time? What y'all think?
No. No. That's the time for you That's time for you.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, but however, these are subconscious thoughts, right? There it's just something because it's ingrained. See, he don't want to hear it now, but it's okay because we're here to talk about it. We're here to talk about why men don't want to share their emotions. Right? You know, so this is a part of the DNA.
And it could be because,
ingrained.
Okay, my fault.
No, go ahead.
But one of the reasons could be is that the last time I expressed myself, it was downplayed. You know, that's stupid. I can't believe you felt like that. So you will rarely hear from us again.
Yes.
But way.
Listen, you hit the nail.
You know what I mean?
You hit the nail on the head. And when I speak to clients, I usually say, or I usually ask them, when is the first time that's been done to you?
Yeah.
And oftentimes they'll go back to that childhood because you're a little boy and your emotions are not honored. So it's like, oh, go somewhere, shake it off or whatever, you know, so it wasn't valid. So then in your adult life, when that happens, there's a triggering again. So it's really going to make you shut down even more. Gotcha. So it's called alexithymia. So this becomes like a normal not to express emotions. Really, it's not normal because God gives us emotions to share and to express ourselves, but it becomes the male's normal way of functioning.
That's in the relationship. That's what we're speaking from, those terms of relationship.
Yeah. So it's also referred to as emotional blindness and emotional numbness.
I got you.
You know, because
what is it that you don't know that you're doing it? Or you're just not aware?
You've numbed out to the emotions because in the past you discovered that your emotions didn't serve you well.
Got you.
And demonstrating your emotions caused you too much pain. So I just tucked that away, and now I'm more intellectual. I'm a more intellectual, analytical person. You know, so again, because of this, because we have these unmet emotional needs, even from childhood, it turns into other stuff. Like Mom Trout says, they show it in different ways. It can be overeating, impulsive behaviors, and substance abuse, and the list can go on and on.
And it could be in the form of buying you a car, it could be buying you a house, it could be buying you your favorite food.
That ain't too shabby.
You know, so
go ahead, don't talk to me. No, I'm kidding.
That's how we show our emotions, right?
Yes.
So I heard that it was always better to do it than say it. They kind of go hand in hand. Show me. You're from the Missouri state.
Right.
Show me.
Yes. Show me that you love me.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So that's good. That part is good.
That's another good argument. With my men at, I wish I had men that would chime in.
That's another good argument.
I'm trying to tell you. When
we come in with flowers, pastors and the bishops out there.
Hey, we come in with flowers and stuff. What does that say?
But we still want to hear from you.
But you do.
But no. We want to hear, not necessarily see it.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna give you flowers and walk off. You're gonna hear it.
Well, you don't do that.
You go, hey, I love you, all that good stuff, and I'm out.
Right. Hey. So this is overall, and of course there are exceptions to the rule.
I got you. But I understand what you're saying. I'm just kind of throwing that out there. You know, so we do. Is the heat on in here?
It feels like it, doesn't it? Yeah. So, like I said, it can cause, and it has caused relationship issues, because you're like, why doesn't my man demonstrate emotions? Why is it so hard to get a rise out of him? Why can he not talk to me? You know, and he's been conditioned is away in a safe place.
All right. Now let's flip it, because since men are kind of lacking in that area of showing emotion, what if we're dealing with a woman who talks too much? She's over expressive in her emotions, and she just won't.
The topic is why men struggle with their emotions.
I had to flip it though. I had to flip it around. I just want to know. You'd be like, oh, she had it again. You're not listening to me. Oh, I am.
Right.
Trust me, I'm listening.
What you say, getting a rope-a-dope?
Hey, all day, all day.
And that goes back to being able to communicate in an effective way.
Because I may want to get my words out, but I can't.
Right.
Because you jumping in there every time and you saying 10 words, I'm still, my mouth's still open, trying to form the one.
Yes. So like I usually say, marriage and relationship is for the mature.
It is.
Right. So we should be able to express whatever is going on. And, if someone is talking too much and you can't get a word in edgewise, then we need to express that. But again, as I stated before, presentation is everything.
I'm saying at least take a breath in between.
Yeah.
So I can say something.
Yeah. So you just have
2
to
words
communicate.
To your 20.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So effective communication is definitely key. Okay. The worst thing in the world is to get angry with someone and get mad at someone and they don't know why, because you've never you have an attitude, right? You have an attitude, but that person doesn't know why you're upset with them. So we want to definitely be able to communicate what is going on. Good morning, Teresa Perry.
Hey,
good morning to you.
I like to say, oh, No.
See,
you know what's wrong.
Okay, see now, y'all know y'all got to tap in here, because we, male or female, you can never assume what the other one knows. Like I tell people, I'm good, but I ain't that good. I cannot read your mind. I need you to communicate.
Have spent time with that person, that's your partner. Oh, you know why they ain't talking.
Maybe.
And you know why you haven't received flowers in a year.
Maybe not though, because now you're talking about different personalities. You know what I mean? And this is ingrained.
I got you.
Stuff. So don't make an excuse not to communicate. Like, oh, you already know. No, I need you to talk just to be for sure.
It's like praying and asking God for something that He already knows.
Well, He's God. He is the omniscient one.
I'm just saying.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I got the omniscient one within me. Now I may hit and miss. So,
yes, sir.
No, do not make an excuse to not communicate. Yeah. What is my motto? If it's important enough to bother you, it is important enough to discuss. We have to learn how to communicate. Relationships are only for the mature. They're for the mature. You got people getting in relationships and they don't even know what it means or what it is.
That's true.
Or what to expect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it's only for the mature, and there's no room for tit for tat. Now I'm getting back and all that. No.
Yeah, because it will be a short relationship.
It'll be a miserable relationship.
For sure.
It'll be the devil getting out. It's easy getting
in. That's true. Because you have all the fun in the beginning. Every relationship starts out good,
Right.
I think, start off good. Every relationship starts out good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Until you meet a certain obstacle, and then if someone's gonna run away or time will tell.
So we want to get back to
that's
the
good.
topic,
That's
right?
good stuff. That's good stuff, because we can't really pinpoint why men are less expressive in our emotion towards our partners. But
just period.
Like I say, we will express it to someone. We'll talk to someone. And then sometimes just taking over to the area of, I'm going to the bar tonight, tomorrow night. And, it ain't Friday yet.
Yeah.
Let's go Friday, but people kind of express in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we have listed some reasons why this happens.
What do you all think? Now, ladies, I see y'all on here today. I don't have any men on here. So please don't be afraid to share what it is that you think, why we are less expressive in our emotions toward our mate. Why
you are alexithymic.
Yeah, that.
But there's help though. There is help. So one of the resolutions is to definitely expand your love map.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Okay. Because sometimes we live in compartments, and I'm safe with only being happy.
Okay.
Or I'm just safe when or I'm happy when something goes on, you know what I mean? So we compartmentalize certain emotions. So to help ourselves out of that, we want to expand the love map and tell yourself that it is okay to feel. It's okay to feel, and that I have these emotions for a reason. Like I said, God passed them out to all human beings at birth. And then after birth, we were conditioned a certain way that helped us to cut off or to function from a fraction of ourselves.
Most definitely. Yeah. I do know that in some cases that men are definitely hurt when their partner is hurt. We typically hurt more than you're hurt, but you don't really know that. You know, we never like to see you all hurt or disgruntled or in a bad place or feeling bad. And we kind of feel it double, but we handle it differently. You know what I mean? So we don't really want to see you cry.
Right.
You know,
right.
No, we don't want to see that. It hurts us more.
Right. You know, and so with some men who experience the alexithymia, again, because they're not in tune to their own emotions, when they see someone else going through emotionally, it makes them uncomfortable. And they tend to like, I'll be back. You know what I mean? Remove themselves from the situation.
Not knowing how to handle.
Right, exactly. So it is good, like you said, you know, that you see it. You know what I mean? You acknowledge that your loved one is hurting, and then you're there for them. You don't even have to say much and give them a tissue, a hug, or you don't even have to say anything, but your presence.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
A shoulder to lean on, cry on, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. You're still showing up.
Most definitely.
You know, so that's some good stuff, Bishop.
It is.
That's good.
We're gonna have to hit on that a little more, though.
All right.
That's good, because one is not that expressive, and the other is too expressive.
Yeah.
You understand? So we'll hit that next time.
Yeah, we'll hit that next time. But listen, if there are fruits, there's definitely roots.
Most definitely.
Okay, if there's roots, there's fruits. All right. Mom Trout says, "Oh, men," what did she say? Men are introverts, don't express feelings.
Got you. Yeah. And I understand what she's saying because of the generation, you know, especially if you're dealing with Black men. So you come from, you're talking about smiling in the picture. Back in the day, they had really nothing to smile about.
Right.
Yes. It was about working hard, and especially if you're around others, you wasn't all that showing them white teeth. You know what I mean? You wasn't dancing and tap dancing and all that kind of stuff. So it's that can be passed down as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
because all of our experiences are passed down from one generation to the next.
Exactly. So if you're talking about that from a male or a man's standpoint, think about those generations who had to work by the sweat.
Oh yeah. And that's part of all of that slavery and you know
Jim
what I mean?
Crow, all of that passed down. So
and that's why we have
ain't nothing to smile about.
Right. That's why our grandbabies can have PTSD, and they haven't gone through anything. But every experience that we have is in every cell of our being. So when we procreate, it's passed down.
Gotcha.
It's just passed down.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So she said most men are introverts. It's about half. I don't want to say half and half, but there's a good mixture of extroverts and introverts. So introvert just means that you basically like staying to yourself, but it's not necessarily saying that you can't show emotion, because you have some introverts that, you know, are like lovers or whatever. They know how to demonstrate emotions, you know, so it really boils down to the societal norms and how we were raised. You know what I mean?
And so now, since boys are being raised differently, you see a huge role reversal in how young boys
I think
are
we've
raised.
taken it to the extremes.
They take the temperament of their mother, you know what I mean? Because probably in a single parent home, you know, they walk like her, talk like her, stand like her, you know what I mean? All of that. And so that's when you look at that, hey, we need fathers
Yes.
back in our, and
Yes.
in the home. So the breakup of a home is damaging for everybody.
That's right. We need our fathers back in the
Most
home.
definitely.
And if the fathers are not in the homes, then where are the uncles?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where are the church mentors,
Correct.
the male mentors?
Needs to be.
Yes, absolutely.
And they're hard to find because of the low count of men in our churches.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and especially alpha male men.
Maybe we need to have a segment too on why Black men don't hardly come to church anymore.
Hey, well, listen, because, and I'm gonna say this real quickly, that it seems as if, and I saw this the other day, it's a good topic of discussion, is because some feel that the Black church has feminized a lot of our black men. You know, so that's a good topic to kind of get out there.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So the old shoot them out, going out and out here hunting old black man ain't there no more.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So
that's interesting. We'll have to pick that up.
We'll have to make note of that.
Yeah,
that's a hot one.
That's good stuff.
So
the resolution to not being able to share your feelings. If you're listening out there and you're like, oh man, she's talking about me. I always wonder why I wasn't able to demonstrate my emotions.
Yeah.
Expand your love mat. Tell yourself that it's okay. Whatever I'm feeling, the good, the bad, the ugly, it's how you feel.
Yeah. And you know what? It's not too late, right?
It's never too late.
Because now you've been made aware of it, so it's not too late.
So,
I was very blessed and fortunate to grow up. My grandfather was very expressive in his emotions, right?
Yes.
He's straight alpha male.
Yes.
But he would tell you, I love you. If he was wrong, he would ask, for forgiveness.
Yes.
I mean, those
and
things
I love that because
really,
he was the older generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is because you can choose who you want to be.
That's
now,
true.
if he had a reason to be angry and
That's
all
true.
that, he could have had them, but he chose the better part.
Most definitely.
So now we just have to put the work in. We have to put the work in because we can become whoever we want to become.
That's true.
All right. So the second point is just don't pick and choose which emotions you want to feel. Just simply feel. Don't even fight it, because whatever you give energy to, you strengthen. So if I'm fighting this big wave of anger, it grows and grows and grows, and now I'm more and more angry. Instead of just sitting with it and be like, you know what, Kimerly, you're very angry right now, and then you begin to process through it. So you embrace the wave. Just embrace the wave, sit with it and feel it.
So we want to challenge all the men, male listeners that are out there, and you have an issue with showing your emotion. We want you to trust what it is that you feel.
Trust it.
Express it. Let it out. But also make sure that it's in a structured way, especially if it's anger.
Yes.
We can express the anger, but then not the other side.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, hey, just go ahead and what you have to do.
Because what you're doing now is you're perpetuating what has already happened to you. You were not validated with your emotions as a child, and you grow up and you're not validating yourself now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you can learn a behavior, but then unlearn that.
That's right.
And learn something better.
Right. So you validate yourself.
I don't like being like this.
Right.
I don't like being angry all the time, or whatever the case may be. And you are aware of how it makes the other person feel.
Exactly.
So if you really love them, you don't want them to feel like that. So you have to change something about yourself.
That's right. That's right.
Everybody's happy now.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. You're a better version of yourself. Why? Because you've put the work in now.
Most definitely.
You put the work in.
Thank God for this show, man. It's going to help a lot of people.
It'll help if you put the work in.
Got to put that work in.
Okay.
Yes.
You don't want to be a forgetful hearer.
Amen to
you
that.
You definitely want to put the work in.
Yes.
So give yourself permission by challenging the BS. Give yourself permission by challenging the BS. The BS is your belief system.
Correct.
I was raised to believe that boys do not show their emotion, that boys are tough, boys are hard, you know what I mean? And we don't show that side of ourselves. So challenge the BS.
I mean, it's like, especially when you say boys, I don't know what age you're going up to. When we say boys.
Well, put it like this. They say from 0 to 7.
Okay.
If you show me the child, we can show you the man.
Right. But that is usually redirected.
Mm-hmm.
So if a boy has 2 sisters, and he's acting more like his sisters, in between that time, that should be corrected. And which is, hey, you are, and then you have some children that they just tough. They forward tough. You understand?
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
but then if you have 2 sisters and then favoritism or validation is more towards the girls and their emotions, and the boys are not allowed to show that emotion, then they're still going to raise up with that belief system.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
so.
it's something to talk about. It's a never-ending conversation.
It is.
That's for sure.
It is. So give yourself permission by challenging the BS, the belief system.
The belief system.
Okay.
Yes.
And then ask, ASK. A stands for accept whatever emotion you have.
Yeah.
It's real. It's true to you.
Yeah. It's what you feel.
It's what you feel.
Yeah.
S, of course, is to sit with it and process it.
Yeah.
And then of course the K is to keep it moving.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, so we want to shine a light on our shadow selves. We've had this shadow self for so long because it didn't serve us well at all. So now I'm emotionally numb.
All right.
Because my feelings got hurt when I was younger, and I got in trouble for expressing my feelings. So now I'm functioning from my shadow self.
Yeah.
So we want to shine a light, and we want to show it love to our shadow selves. We want to embrace the totality of who we are.
Got you.
Okay. ASK, accept, sit with it, then
keep it moving. Keep on trucking.
And then lastly, before we go to our next topic, is understand that emotions is your body's way of communicating with you.
How so?
Your emotions are telling you what you're going through. They're telling you what you need in order to feel better. It's telling you when things are not just quite right or whatever, and something you need to take some action on something, like especially like with anger. Anger comes because you really need to take action on something, but you have time to ASK to sit with it and process it. You know what I mean? So your body is communicating a message. Don't shut it down. Don't shut down the signal.
Yeah. But is there any such thing as a misguided signal or the interpretation of the signal? Right. So as you're saying, anger, this anger and this rage has my fist balled.
Yes.
And I'm about to go over here and hit this person, right?
Right.
So that's not what you should not do that.
Well, again, you have the ASK. So if your body is responding like that, it's really letting you know we need to do something about this situation. But
so now you have to choose what to do.
That's it.
You probably should walk off for a minute.
Yes.
And I got you, and come back. Just don't do what you feel in that moment.
Right. But then you have to look at the reason. The reason why I'm angry, not just because I'm angry, because some people go from 0 to 10 like I don't know what.
Exactly. And that's why our prisons are full.
Yes.
They don't have that time to sit with it.
That's right.
You understand?
Yes.
They act immediately, and it's going to cost them some time locked up.
Yes, absolutely.
So now they have a lot of time.
Yeah, so now we have to look at the trigger. What triggered me to be angry?
Right.
And that's what you have to process. Not necessarily I'm angry because you want to validate that, but then you have to process the trigger.
Yeah, because it happens too often, too much, too many times.
Yeah.
Why do I get like this all the time?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So now it becomes, hey, you need to take responsibility for how you feel. And most definitely it's not always another person. It's you now, because it happens too much. You let them get you here again.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So there are triggers that are going on that you need to deal with, that you need to acknowledge.
For sure.
You know, maybe it's not even them, but maybe because, you know, they didn't acknowledge me. The cashier didn't acknowledge me in the line.
Yeah.
Now I'm angry at her and I'm rude with her, like, hello, how are you?
Yeah.
But that goes back to the childhood when
because you know you're gonna what you receive. I mean, what you give out is what you're gonna get.
Right.
Especially when you're in.
But it's not
like
even
that.
them. It's just that because the lack of validation and acknowledgement that you got as a child.
And here it is again. Oh, you don't see me?
Yeah. So it's not the other people. It's us.
Yeah.
It's us. We have to deal with us.
I got you.
All right. What y'all think?
That's good stuff.
What y'all think?
I know she see me. I ain't that dark. I know she see me.
Yeah.
You understand?
Right.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes.
I got you.
So we have to ASK, sit with it.
Yeah.
All right. So
we're off that one. Let's move to the next one, right? We got some juicy stuff, right?
So we always talk about these different demographics and populations, you know what I mean? And we seldomly talk about our elderly.
Okay.
You know, so we definitely want to include our elderly people. We love them so much because they come with so much knowledge and wisdom and understanding, you know, in the world. But the elderly go through things too.
They do. They most definitely
they go through a lot of mental challenges in their older life.
Most definitely.
You know, so we want to make sure that we are loving on our elderly people, that we are checking on them, you know, because they go through many things.
Just go by, spend time with them. Hey, how you doing? Do you need anything today? What can I help you with around the house? And at this point of their life, I believe they do need to have some validation for themselves, right? That they're still needed because they have the wisdom. They've been here, you know, the longest. And so that has to be honored, you know. And again, times have shifted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's it's not real popular today.
It's not, but keep living. Keep living, because like you said before, what you put out, you're going to get that back.
Yes, most definitely.
Right. But we know that with our elderly population, they go through mental health challenges.
Yeah, they do.
You know, they definitely go through, you know, the memory loss. You know, they have trouble making decisions.
Or think about being the last one of your generation around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So your aunties are gone, your uncles are gone, mom and dad is gone, your sisters and brothers are gone, and you here with this new generation on the scene that don't understand you, won't take time with you or anything.
And not only that, what about the way that we function now? Because in their day, they had paper copies of everything, and you got all this new computer stuff that change every day. It seems like
it comes in where young people can take time with older people to teach them the new stuff.
So but sometimes they're not teachable.
That's true.
So sometimes we just have to do it for them.
That ASK.
Yes.
Keep it moving. Go to the next one.
Yeah.
That one to say, because you'll see that I ain't learning that stuff. You know?
Right. Yeah. It's too much. It's too much. But how can I help? It's just like I love the young people who are around me because I have challenges, you know, on the laptop and all that. They'll just take it and they'll just do it for me.
Yeah. Most definitely. I mean, but you know, you definitely want to. It is that, you know, young one. It's the role reversal, once a man, twice a child.
Yes.
Right? So if you do live long enough, then you will experience that.
Right. So we just have to have long suffering.
Yeah. Be careful how you treat your elders.
Yes.
Be gentle with them. Understand where they are right now. And they're probably not the person that you have been used to.
That's right.
So they're definitely changing.
That's right. And we have to understand that.
Yeah.
Well, she used to do that. Well, they're not the same person anymore.
And you're not the same person who you used to be when you was 20.
Right.
You know,
that is so true.
You're 60 now. So you're definitely not the same person.
That's a very good point.
Most definitely.
You know, so the first thing that we notice is the mental challenges. You know, like I said, the lack of memory loss and lack of concentration and focus. That stuff just dissipates, you know, as we age. And then some of them have behavioral changes.
Most definitely.
You know, that they may engage in high risk activities. Some high risk activities may be letting a stranger in the house. You know what I mean? Or just talking to someone on the phone who may take advantage of them.
I mean, they talk on the news all the time. Do not give out any information at all.
That's right.
Next thing you know, your whole bank account is empty.
Yes. That's why I tell my mom. I'm like, tell them to talk to me. Don't tell them nothing. Just talk to me.
My thing is hang the phone up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just hang it up.
Yeah.
You in control of your end of the phone. That's how, even in the argument.
Yes.
You'll be on it by yourself. I'm gonna hang up on you.
Yeah. So they experience behavior changes. And some of them get irritable and aggressive.
Yeah.
Because they don't like where they are in life.
Yeah. And loneliness has a special part. No one's coming to check on Miss Johnny. Miss Johnny May.
Right.
You understand? Anybody come see about her, come check on her, cutting her grass, cutting her hedges back. Because now the neighborhood has changed. She's been there the longest. And now you have young people in the neighborhood now that have no respect.
That's right.
For older people at all.
Yeah.
Take a trash can out. Nobody does that too much.
No one does that anymore.
You know what I mean? So you got a few in the pocket that does it, but we have to care for our elders.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely. And loneliness definitely has been linked to dementia. Did you know that?
I know now. Yeah.
Elderly and being lonely is definitely linked to depression and also dementia. So we want to make sure that we're checking on them. So they have mental health challenges. They have their behavior changes. Like I said, they may get angry. They may tell you off. They may even cuss you out for whatever reason. But this is stuff that is going on internally in them.
Oh, they just expressing themselves, how they feel in the moment.
When
you say, just express yourself.
I know when I was working down at the state and doing customer service, it's like, don't take it personally. When clients, cuss you out, now don't take it personally. And you try not to do that. So you have to pray for long suffering and patience.
So the more you go around, the easier it is, right? They gonna love you all day. If you miss it for 6 months and come around, I'm your grandson.
Well, they may forget you.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yes.
My grandfather did that one time. My cousin came over. He didn't see him in a while. He said, "Grandpa, it's so and so," and he said, "I don't care who you are. Shoot through that door." But it's me. I don't care who you are. He ain't seen him in a long time, so the facial recognition is not there.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm threatened by you.
Right. Yep. So with the elderly, we do want to make sure that we are doing regular visitations and taking care of them. And oftentimes, elderly people will withdraw themselves because they know that they're changing. They know something is going on in them, so they rather not show up because they don't want to be humiliated and embarrassed.
Well, you feel like as if you don't fit in sometimes. I know sometimes in
just
church,
kind of strange.
I always make sure I sing an old song.
That's good.
Or a few old songs,
right?
Because you don't want them sitting there.
Don't have a clue.
They're not,
engaged.
They're not involved at all. So you got to throw something out there that they can relate to.
That's right.
Yeah. Real quick now, because we only have a few more moments. We're supposed to be doing the Fluky Friday, but it seems like you got it mapped out. But what about this Trump thing?
Okay, no. I got to finish the elderly.
See what I'm saying? I'm trying to express myself and King.
So
we only have a few minutes, but go ahead.
It's the talk therapy show.
What's fluky about it today? We ain't said nothing about Trump. Go ahead.
So we'll get to that in just a second as I finish up on the elderly.
We have 2 seconds left, sir. I understand.
So you want to definitely watch the elderly because they will experience lack of energy. So don't get too afraid, like, mom seems to be tired or dad seems to be really tired. It's because they're elderly. So this is a normal part.
They tell you what's going on.
They're okay. It's just
they moving kind of slow today. Yeah.
And then a lot of times they'll have feelings of hopelessness and regrets because now they're sitting around and thinking about things that they should have, could have, would have done. You know what I mean? So we just have to show them.
I used to take advantage of the time I had with my grandparents, especially my grandfather. Right? I say, Dad, hey, is there anything that you would have changed, since you're the age you are now, thinking back would
Yeah.
change a whole lot.
Yeah.
And he would express to me those things he would have changed.
That's good. He was able to share that.
So we have to take time with our elderly to get to know them,
right,
and learn from their mistakes as
right.
As well. They're filled with a lot of wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
but we have to want to take time.
That's right.
And
That's
sit.
right.
Yeah, go sit for half an hour. It don't take long.
Right, exactly.
But it makes them so happy, though.
It does.
Guess who came by to see me?
And
That boy came by today.
Right, and to ask them how
brought
they
me
feel.
some potato soup.
Yeah.
And butter beans.
Wow.
I'm just kidding on that part.
Wow.
I know I kind of like that stuff.
Vicky says we also need to keep in mind that one day we will be maybe in that state.
Prayerfully you get old.
Yeah.
That's
all right, let's talk about TRUMP.
I hear the music playing now. I mean, we're going to do that next week.
Come on.
We have to be Fluky Friday on next week.
Let's talk about Trump.
Go ahead. Express yourself.
I don't know what to say. I'll talk about the project 2025 and
better
Trump.
Hurry up. That's juicy.
Hey,
that's juicy.
Guys,
I'm telling you.
Hey, you guys.
AB
please,
1955.
If you don't want to, because it's a big old manuscript like this, go to YouTube and put in Project 2025. This is what Trump and his administration is trying to implement from the day that they say that he's going to get elected. So they want to hit the ground running with all this stuff. There's so much in it. I can't tap into all of it, but I do know that they're trying to get rid of a lot of federal agencies like the Department of Education. We know we need our loans and all that stuff. We need our education. They want to get rid of that. Department of Labor. They're trying to get rid of our baby's Head Start program.
Well, grandma ought to take care of the baby now, like she used to.
That grandmas ain't the same. Grandmas ain't the same anymore.
Grandma raised everybody.
But listen, did you know that they're trying to make all the schools that are funded by the government, they're trying to make all those boys enlist. They're going to take military exams so that they can enlist in the military. And the ones that are exempt from it is private schools. But, not too much of us are going to private schools.
Yeah, that's true. So
you know
who's going to be on the front line.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It is.
It's just horrible. So you really have to read it. They're trying to make traditional families. They're trying to mandate traditional families, like husband and wife is between man and women.
I like that.
But the thing is, you can't make people do anything. People have a free will.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like that. Trust me.
But I'm just saying, this is what they're recommending.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
But I want y'all to read it.
Yeah.
I want y'all to
listen, you have to go and check out AB 1955 in California, which I was trying to hit on today. Right. So it takes the rights away from parents to understand what's going on with their children in school. So you can have a child who is, hey, they want to be called something else. And if you don't do that, hey, you're in trouble. So check that out too as well. It was a hot topic, but we didn't get to. I mean,
Fluky Friday next Friday.
Yeah, it ain't today. Talk to me.
Well, let's get to this point.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about the Democratic Party trying to put
my Lord
Biden out?
My Lord.
What's up with that?
I have no clue.
That's causing confusion right there.
All day long.
All day long, every day.
Listen, I don't care if they got to wheel him in, prop him up, and all of that, because he got a cabinet around him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
that's who's been running stuff.
Yeah, politics.
Plus Kamala Harris.
That's right. Yeah.
That's for next week.
Yes.
Our topic, man.
Fluky Friday next Friday, y'all. We love y'all.
Yeah.
We love y'all.
Thank
Thanks for tuning in. See you next week. Bye.